Big Poppy in the house. Okay, today we're going to review the primer pocket alarm system, primer feed system, and a round counter. And I've built this box and a system about 3 or 4 years ago. Back then, if you remember right, if you looked at all the videos, it was a lot more complicated, a lot more soldering, computer board stuff, and it was in this little box right here. And going to the new system that I've made here, you're going to a bigger box to account for the counter and everything. What I'll do is I'm going to go through, show you it, and then I'm going to zoom in so you can see it real close up on the whole system here. I stripped my press down here. This is a lead Loadmaster press. I took everything off of it so you could see it. When I've got all my other accessories and stuff on it, you just can't get a real good picture, and I want you to see that firsthand. I've got my decapping die in here first, and like I said, this system, on the alarm system, it will alarm out when you get down to 13 primers left in your primer system there, instead of letting you run totally out. And like I said, you turn it on, and since the primers are there, it's got a sensor on it, and it's got a blue, and you guys can't see that very well, but like I said, I'll do a close-up. So again, it's got a primer feed, which I'll show you that too. It's got a round counter on it, and right now I'm just going to put some brass in it, and we're going to run it around, and then I'm going to run it around till the alarm system goes off. And then what we'll do is we'll go ahead, once I get the first, about to get the first round in the container here, you want to zero out your counter, because you want to count your rounds, and I don't want to count it going through the 5 different stations. I want the round count to start once it hits the bin here and be counted for. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this process started, and we'll get it all set up. And okay, so for an example right now, we're getting ready to get our first round off, so I'm going to zero this out to 0. Okay, so the alarm system's going off, and the only way that you can stop this, because it's going to irritate you at first, but at least it'll let you know that you're out, is you can take a small screwdriver. I'm just going to take a wire tie here, and all you're going to do is stick it down inside this. We're going to take the primer feed off, and the system's got a sensor on it that when the primers feed through, here, it's got a sensor in the middle here, and it detects from the sensor down to actually putting the primer into the case. There's 13 from here to here. Okay, so you've already heard the alarm go off, and we've got 2 rounds that came off in the bin, and we're going to go ahead and let's put some more in here, because I want you to see the primer feed. Well, nothing ever works 100% perfect on camera, that's for sure. So let's go ahead and get these. Okay, we'll go ahead and put the lid on. And as I've showed you before, you know, you always got primers that you didn't get them all in, or you find extra ones, you dropped a few on the floor. You know, go ahead and take a drill bit, drill a hole in your clear plastic piece here for your cover, And then when that happens, you can take and put those primers in and don't even have to take this off. So as you guys know, you got to take something to block it to actually feed this. So I use just a regular screwdriver. I'm taking this and I'm just blocking the exit where they go down. And then first thing, I got to take this off. We're going to put it in. Okay, now it's got a primer feed on it, and let me go ahead and take this off and I'll show you some of this. Alright, so here's your counter. This button is your on and off. This is your light to tell you that the unit's on. This is the primer feed here where you push the button. So I'm going to push the button and I'll let you guys see what it's doing inside the tray here on the primers. Okay, so it's feeding that, and then every time I pull this handle down, I got a sensor over on the left side of the press here that I've installed. So every time that this handle's pulled down, it comes up and touches this. It goes down on the bottom stroke, and that'll count your rounds for you. Okay, and as you can tell, it's neat. There's not a lot of wires around the press. You can see there on the back of the press. Here you got the little wire that's coming out of the back of the sensor, and it goes down underneath and into back underneath my bench, so you can't see it. It's out of the way. Okay, so let's do it. I'm gonna try holding the camera here and see if I could show you a little bit. So again, it's going in, going up, round comes down, we're feeding it here, come up, around again, another round, do another one here. Okay, and let's say you want to feed your primers, so let's go ahead and feed your primers. And usually when you run out or they get low, that's where you'll see them. They'll just start feeding in there like 100 miles an hour. Let's try. Guys, I think here. Okay. All right. So let me put you back up on the tripod here. Alright, so you've seen the system. There's a sensor on the back of your primer feed here, okay, and it's got wires that come off. They go underneath the bench into my box here, and it's got a sensor on the left side of the press. And all this, I'll show you how to build it. Now, I don't know if this is gonna be a video 1 or a video 2, depending on how long it gets. I'm going to go through and tell you the tools that you need, and then I'm going to tell you all the parts that you need, and I will try to make an attempt to take all these parts that you need and type them underneath the bottom of that on the YouTube. But what I've found in the past is you don't have enough room to put everything on there, so it don't let you type so much there. And if that's the case, I'll just make sure that as I'm doing the videos to get more of that information with you. But I'm going to tell you what the parts are, and like I said, your backup will be if it allow me to print all those and put all the part numbers. Okay? Alright, so I'm going to try to marry up as much as possible on the primer box. Now, you guys can get creative, but this box actually works the best for me. And I bought this on Amazon, and you can also buy them on eBay. And this box is 6 1/8 inches tall. It's 2 3/8 deep, and it is 4 5/8 in width. Now, other boxes that you could use is 6.29 by 3.73 by 2.43. You could use a box 6.25 by 3.75 by 2.4, and you can also use a 6.3 or 3/30 seconds by 4 by 19 and 30 seconds. And then the width will be 2 and 23/64. So there's like 4 boxes that you can select from. You'll have to see, you know, maybe you don't want a round counter, so it can be smaller. Maybe you just want the alarm system. You can just go with this part. Now I'm going to show you the full complete system being built, but you can pretty well figure out if you just want to do a couple things. You know, we could stop in between those if you just want to do one or the other. Okay? Alright, this box is going to cost you anywhere from $6.97 to anywhere to $10. Okay? Alright, the next item is you need a power supply. Okay, your power supply is going to be a 12 volt, but only a 2 amp. Okay, just like this. And you want to make sure it's got that fitting on there that actually you could use it for lead lights, press lights. It's universal. Okay, you need one of these. Let's see. This you can use on lead lights, 50/50 or the 5630s or the 3528s. eBay. It ranges from $5.84 anywhere to up to $20. So look around, they're not real expensive. Alright, you're going to need a momentary push button, and it's on and off. Okay, and you need to make sure you get the on and off that's got an SPST switch. This is also called a micro. You can get them any color you want. They got like 10 different colors that you want. And it's got 2 little probes on the back of it for wires. I bought this on eBay. You can get 10 in a package for $2.49. Okay, you're going to need a vibrator. And this one is a 3V-4.5 volts. It's typically used on cell phones. It's got 2 little wires that come off of it. It's called a micro vibrator motor. It's 0.06A. You can get 5 of these on eBay for $1.48. Okay, now you're going to need a light that's going to tell you when the unit's on, and you got different choices out there. You can get different sizes. I don't like the real small ones. These are 5 millimeters, and then they also make a 10, so I would get the biggest one. It makes it a lot easier. You can get all kind of different colors. They got pre-wires already on them, a ground and a positive. They refer to these as pre-wired 20 centimeters lead lights. Now some lights you have to buy a second part depending on what one you want, and I think they call it a Brazil. It's enclosed where you snap it in, so make sure whatever you order that you get all that at the same time. And these range on eBay. You can get 5 of them for $3.28. Okay. Alright, so you're going to need a buzzard. Can't get it out of the plastic. Okay, it's going to look just like this. You can get a white one or you can get black ones. It's got it's got a red and a black wire on it. This is 95 decimals. It continues. It's a 12 volt. It does have mounting holes on it. And on eBay they run $5 to $6 each. Okay, now they sell these in kits. Okay, these are, I would call, special little wire fittings, and I'm gonna have to try to, they're fairly small. So you're gonna need, this one is yellow, this one is red, and they've got little tubes on the end of them, and you stick the wire through it and then you crimp it. So they make a kit on eBay for those. They're 700 piece kit. You're basically going to use 2 of these sizes, and they're for $12.99, and they're AWG connectors. Okay. Okay, rubber grommets. I don't have a sample here to show you. Basically what you're doing is when you drill a hole on the side of your box, it's a rubber piece that actually gets pushed in here, and it flares out on both sides. And when you're sticking your wires through there, there's no way that you'll cut the wire, damage the wires in that. So those little grommets, I think they're about 10 bucks for a kit out there, and you can get those on eBay as well. You're going to need some heat shrink tape tubing. You're going to need, I think it's the 1/8 and the 1/4, and you can get about, I think it's like 10-20 feet for $6.99. There's also the heat tape that you can get in a little box, several different sizes, and that goes for $6.99. So you can buy it in a box already pre-cut, or you can buy the real long ones and cut them wherever size you want. Okay, the next thing you're going to need is a PCB board. This gets into electronics, a little bit of soldering, those kind of things. It's a hold on a second. This is a, you know what, let me come back to that because I skipped one thing. Okay, so you're going to need a PCB board, and this 1-channel relay module. It is slotted, and it's optical switch sensor. You can get the 3 or the 4 wire. I would get the 3 wire. And basically what this little electric component is right there, and what it looks like. These prices all over just look and find the cheapest one you need. They range from $5.75 each up to $9.70 each. And you only need one of these. Okay. Okay, one of the most critical pieces that you need to get, and you need to make sure that when you order it, it's exactly what I tell you. And then when you do order it, go down into the body of the email and make sure that it's a 5/16 slot PCB photo and interrupter sensor. The part number is HY8608H. HY860H. You get 10 in a package, and they range from $7.50 up to $10. It's happened to me at least a couple times because I've ordered several of these, and up at the top it shows exactly this information I'm telling you, and you go down in the body of the email and it's the wrong size that they will send you. This fits right on this primer thing, perfect. 5/16. They got them real small, they got them real big, they got some that don't have the mounting screws on it, a whole bunch different out there. This is the critical part that pretty well runs the system. Okay? Alright. Rubber bumpers. Hold on one second. Well, the reason why I don't have it here is I need to order some of those. Okay, so you want to get some round bumpers. We're going to drill 4 holes, 1 in each corner. And the little foot is these little rubber grommets. So when you have it on your bench, you have it on the table, it's not going to scratch or tear up wherever you're using your box at. You can mount it permanently too. I usually go with a quarter. So you want to get those fairly small, 1/4 inch. And inside that threaded part, it's got a washer, metal washer in there. And it actually tightens up and it works very well on these boxes. Okay. Those usually run about $10. And I think you get like 10 or 12 of them in a kit. Okay, you're going to need wire connectors. And from 22 to 18 and 22 to 16. You got where you're going to joint wires together. You're going to need a few of those. Okay, you're going to need a number 8. And these are forks. These are number 8s. You're going to use almost all of them for this connection here, so I'd buy more than one. And you can buy a whole set. They're for $5.87. We're going to come back and I'm going to show you how to do one modification to it to even make it better. We won't get into that just yet. Okay, wiring. I've got, to be quite honest, I've used both. I've got 20 gauge wiring and 22 gauge wiring. I believe that I'm using 20 for the majority of it. And if you go on eBay, and you don't, it has nothing to do with the temperature. But anyway, it's for sale there, and it says high temp, and it's for automotive. And like I said, most of it's 20. You can buy 11 colors for $8.95 on eBay. So majority of it that I use for my colors is you're going to need yellow, orange, black, and red, and brown. So those 6. Okay, you're going to need fuses. And these are the real small fuses, and they're 3As, and made by Bussmann. And let's see here. You're going to need the fuse holder. These are not the big ones, these are the minis. And they've got a little dog ear here and one here that you're going to put your fittings on. They take, like I said, they're real small fuses. You're going to need a counter, and I don't have any to show you, but I need to order some more. You can get them in red or blue. and you want to make sure that whatever one that you order, make sure it's got a reset button on it. Some of them that are out there on eBay, and these cost anywhere from $17.80 to $20 each. Some of these that they got out there that are they look like they're cheap. Hey, you're going to go ahead and order them because I ordered one by mistake. I got it. No features on it to reset your counter, which you want to be able to set that back. And the counters go from 0 to 9999. It's a 4-digit counter pulse. Let's see, it's a DC 12 volts. Make sure you get a reset button on it. Okay, now you're going to need a project box, and these are this is real small, and it's a 2-piece. So the electronic part of it goes inside this little box, and it gets mounted on to this. Okay, and this is the only one that will work. And you can get some sites out there's got, you can get quantity of 2 for $8.79, and then I've also found on other sites and that with eBay with different sellers, I can get 10 of them for $7.12. And the size of this one is a 40 by 20 by 11 millimeters, and it is a project enclosed case junction box. Alright. Okay, here's where the breadboard is. This is a double-sided photocell circuit breadboard, universal board. This one is 2 by 8, and it's not 2 inches by 8 inches. I think it's 2 centimeters by 8, and you can get a bag of these, 10 of them, for $4.99, and it's got to be the type that you can solder on. Okay, the next thing you're going to need is the sensor that goes on the counter here, and this is a PMP, and it's an NOLJ 8A3-2-Z-BY. Make sure the number has BY on it. It's an inductive proximity sensor switch. It's a DC 6V by 36V US. eBay, you can get 5 of these for $13.99. If you buy them by each, they're $3.93. Okay. Alright, you need a pigtail, because you're going to have to power this up using the electric thing here, which is 12 volts, and it's 2 amps. So this has got a pigtail on it. This goes together just like that. And let's see, let's give you some description on it. Pigtail, I think it was that you could buy 10 of these, and I think that it's like $5. So you're going to need one of those. Okay, a rocker switch. You can buy these at Lowe's, Home Depot, online. Some of them that you buy on eBay are not very good. They won't last. And basically it's just on and off button. And you can also buy them with pigtails already on them if you'd like. And these are anywhere around, most of them are $8.99. I have seen some of these for $5. You're going to need some spiral wrap that you put around cables. And if you zoom in during the video, hopefully you've seen that. But it just goes around your wires and keeps them all together, pulls it real tight. You're going to need a bus. It's an 8-way terminal block bus bar. Splits in one input into 8 out to a T2. You can buy them on eBay for $8.35 each. And it looks just like this. And what we use it for is one side will be positive, one side will be ground. If you don't like the black, you can go aluminum. And I'm going to talk about this in just a minute. You can make it out of aluminum. And they got all different sizes. And that box right here, you need to make sure it's a 5x4x3.